The starship Eclipse drifted silently through the void, its engines humming softly as it orbited the uncharted planet of Zorath. I, Lieutenant Commander Alex Carter, stood on the observation deck, staring at the swirling greens and blues of the world below. The mission was simple: scout the planet for potential resources and establish first contact if intelligent life was found. Simple but not without risk. "Carter, you're up," Captain Reyes's voice crackled through my comms. "Suit up and head to the shuttle. You've got the green light for landing." I nodded, though she couldn't see me. "Copy that, Captain. On my way." The shuttle ride down was uneventful, the autopilot handling the descent with precision. As we broke through the atmosphere, the planet's surface came into view: lush forests, towering mountains, and rivers that shimmered like liquid silver. It was breathtaking, but I didn't have time to admire the view. My mission was clear: gather data and return. The shuttle touched down in a clearing, and I stepped out, my boots sinking slightly into the soft, moss-like ground. The air was thick with the scent of alien flora, sweet and slightly metallic. I activated my helmet scanner, sweeping the area for signs of life. The readings were inconclusive. Something was interfering with the sensors. I ventured deeper into the forest, my pulse rifle slung over my shoulder. The trees were unlike anything I'd ever seen, their trunks a deep purple with leaves that glowed faintly in the dim light. It was eerily beautiful, but I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. Then I saw her. She emerged from the shadows like a vision, her form both alien and mesmerizing. She was tall, nearly 7 feet, with skin that shimmered like opal. Her hair flowed like liquid silver, and her eyes, large and luminous, glowed with an inner light. She wore a gown that seemed to be made of light itself, shifting colors with her movements. I froze, my hand instinctively reaching for my rifle. But she raised a slender hand, and I felt a strange calm wash over me. Her voice echoed in my mind, soft and melodic. "Do not fear, traveler. I mean you no harm." I lowered my hand, though my heart was still racing. "Who are you?" "I am Lyra, Princess of the Zorathians. And you are the first of your kind to set foot on our world." I swallowed hard, trying to process what was happening. "I'm Lieutenant Commander Alex Carter of the United Earth Federation. We come in peace." Lyra tilted her head, her expression unreadable. "Peace is a rare commodity in the universe. Tell me, Alex Carter, what brings you to Zorath?" I explained our mission, careful to emphasize our peaceful intentions. As I spoke, Lyra's gaze never wavered, her luminous eyes seeming to pierce through my very soul. When I finished, she nodded slowly. "Your words are sincere, but your presence here is dangerous. There are those among my people who would see you as a threat." "We don't want any trouble," I said quickly. "If you'd prefer, we'll leave and never return." Lyra's lips curved into a faint smile. "Your humility is refreshing. But there is more at stake here than you realize." Before I could ask what she meant, a low rumble shook the ground. Lyra's eyes widened, and she grabbed my arm, her touch sending a jolt of energy through me. "We must leave. Now." She pulled me into the forest, moving with a grace that defied logic. The ground trembled again, and I heard a deafening roar behind us. I glanced back and saw a massive creature, part reptile, part machine, bursting through the trees. Its eyes glowed red, and its jaws dripped with molten metal. "What the hell is that?" I shouted, struggling to keep up with Lyra. "A sentinel," she replied, her voice tight with fear. "It guards the ancient ruins. It must have detected your presence." "Great," I muttered, unslinging my rifle. "How do we stop it?" "We don't. We run." We sprinted through the forest, the sentinel hot on our heels. Its roars shook the trees, and I could feel the heat of its breath on my back. Lyra led me to a cliff edge, and for a moment I thought we were done for. But she didn't hesitate, leaping off the edge with me in tow. We fell for what felt like an eternity before landing in a pool of water. The impact knocked the wind out of me, and I struggled to the surface, gasping for air. Lyra was already on her feet, pulling me out of the water. "This way," she urged, leading me into a hidden cave. The cave was dimly lit by glowing crystals embedded in the walls. Lyra placed a hand on one, and the crystals flared to life, illuminating the space. In the center of the cave was a pedestal, and on it rested a strange, glowing orb. "This is the Heart of Zorath," Lyra said, her voice reverent. "It is the source of our world's power. The sentinels were created to protect it." I stared at the orb, feeling a strange pull towards it. "Why are you showing me this?" "Because you are the key," she said, her eyes locking onto mine. "The heart has chosen you." "Chosen me? For what?" "To save our world." Before I could respond, the ground shook again, and the sentinel burst into the cave, its red eyes fixed on us. Lyra stepped in front of me, her hands glowing with energy. "Stay back," she commanded, her voice echoing with power. The sentinel hesitated, but only for a moment. It lunged at us, and Lyra unleashed a blast of energy that sent it crashing into the wall. But it wasn't enough. The creature roared, shaking off the attack and charging again. I didn't think. I just acted. I grabbed the Heart of Zorath, feeling a surge of energy course through me. The orb pulsed with light, and I aimed it at the sentinel. A beam of pure energy shot out, striking the creature and reducing it to ash. The cave fell silent, and I collapsed to my knees, the orb slipping from my hands. Lyra knelt beside me, her expression a mix of awe and relief. "You did it," she whispered. "You saved us." I looked at her, still trying to process what had happened. What does this mean?" "It means you are now bound to Zorath," she said softly. "The heart has chosen you as its guardian. You are one of us now." I stared at her, my mind reeling. I don't understand." Lyra placed a hand on my cheek, her touch warm and comforting. "You will in time. But for now, know that you have our gratitude. And our loyalty." I didn't know what to say. My life had just been turned upside down, but strangely I felt at peace. Maybe it was the heart's influence, or maybe it was Lyra's presence. Either way, I knew my life would never be the same. As we left the cave and emerged into the light of Zorath's twin suns, I couldn't help but smile. This wasn't the mission I had signed up for, but it was one I was ready to embrace. And as I looked at Lyra, her silver hair shimmering in the sunlight, I knew that this unexpected encounter was just the beginning of something extraordinary. Epilogue. The Eclipse returned to Earth with a wealth of data, but without Lieutenant Commander Alex Carter. Officially, he was listed as missing in action, presumed dead. But those who knew him best, Captain Reyes, his crewmates, couldn't shake the feeling that he was still out there, somewhere among the stars. On Zorath, Alex stood beside Lyra, watching as the Heart of Zorath pulsed with life. He had found a new purpose, a new home. And though he missed his old life, he knew he had made the right choice. The universe was vast and full of wonders, and Alex Carter was ready to explore them all, with the alien princess by his side.